Welcome again to the Little Red Ninja allotment. At the moment I'm in his secret den doing some compost. Wow, chopping it up. All my vegetable scraps, as you can see. Oh, hello mate, you watching what I'm doing? What's that? You've got something to show. What's that? From your secret mission? Yeah. Alright. Give us 2 secs and we'll be back with you. What I'll do with this, I'll add a few more things and I'll show you what they are and how I do it, and I'll get back to you. And it will look very much like this stuff in 6 months' time. To this is the final product. As you can see, it's very friable. Really good stuff. And that has taken me 6 months to get it like this. You can get it earlier if you want quick compost, but just over a month. But if you want some really good stuff that will last you a year, 6 months. Before I get to the finished item in around 6 months' time, for my compost mix, it's pretty straightforward. It's not really rocket science. What I will add to all these chopped up greens, there are weeds in there without seed heads. There's spent plants, veg I've used in the kitchen. At the moment I'm quite low on a lot of stuff, but the first thing I will put in is shredded up paper. As you can see, that is shredded. That goes in. Next I will put in is some spent hops. If you don't know what spent hops is, it's what breweries use to make your beer. But that is good stuff. I use it to bulk up my compost and it works a treat. That goes in. Next, I've got some green bark. This is ideal. This isn't green, it's more brown, but the bark is good for making mycorrhizal fungi. If you don't know what that is beneficial for your roots. So that's going in. Right, what next? I'm going to put in some spent compost. Yeah, spent compost. Had them in some pots. Next, that is spent compost for your tomatoes. That goes in. Next, and this is really important, some topsoil from the garden. That has got loads of bacteria in it. You only need a little bit, but there's millions and millions, and that starts the rotting or the composting, however you want to put it. That helps a lot. And that is already looking like compost, but I need to mix it. Next item is some grass. I've just cut the grass today when it was windy. and that was windy. That's damp, which is ideal. You don't want it saturated. Damp is perfect. Bear with me a second. Oh, I forgot to say, with the topsoil, I use it as a starter motor for my compost. And it is absolutely superb stuff. Next, if you haven't got shredded paper, everyone has these toilet rolls. As you can see, that is only 2 toilet rolls. Rip them up, chuck them in, and as you can see there, some eggshells go in. The eggshells, that adds calcium to the compost, which is ideal. Next, I'm putting in some wood shavings. I know I've already put some wood in, wood bark, but I'll put some in. You can get this, well, you can get it from animal stores, your tree surgeon, but I'll come back to that in a second. One of my secret ingredients, and I found this out by accident, is porridge oats. This is an absolute freak of nature. Worms and bacteria and all little tiny bugs like the stuff, and they're greedy. So that goes in as well. With the wood shavings and the porridge oats that I use as a good soil conditioner, as well as feeding the worms, but they seem to like it, and porridge oats is quite cheap. And the next thing that I'll put in, oh, by the way, try and use untreated wood. So much better, and it rots down quicker as well. Next on my list, horse muck. Wow, manure. I'll add this when I'm just about to put this bucket into my compost bin. The reason why I have it is mainly it's a great source. A very slow release soil nutrients, and it's also very good heating up your pile. It can, and it does, speed up the composting for me. Really does. You can get it from your local stable, and they'll have tons of the stuff. Trust me, tons and tons of the stuff. So why not try it? You got to ask nicely, and they'll let you bag it up for a couple of pounds, dollars, or even euros. But there is one big fact that I found out about horses, that one horse, let alone, can produce 10 tons of the stuff per year. That's a big pile. That is a big pile of poo. Next, I'm going to be adding some leaves, fallen leaves. As you can see, not started to rot down, but it will be very soon. So that goes in. It would be better if I had some leaf mould, but I'll cover that in another video. Leaf mould, that is, not leaves. Oh, beautiful coffee. Oh, that reminds me, I I'm going to add that as well. Coffee grounds. Very good for your compost. I also got some tea leaves without the bags, because the bags do contain plastic. That is, I would say, about a dozen tea bags dried. In it goes. Lovely stuff. And the good thing about those two, they are a very good activator. So as you can see, I've got loads of activators in that mix. The more activators, the quicker the compost. One more item that I need to put in is some horticultural sand. Not much. That's what, inch and a half goes in. That's it. Now I need to go over to the plot and put it in a compost bin. See you in a mo. One reason I use sand, the worms use it to digest all the food, and it's also a very good aerator for the compost. And I use the worms in my compost mix as they do 70% of the work for me. I don't turn it at all, and 30% is bacteria and little tiny bugs. The worms produce worm casts, poo to you and me, and they also produce micronutrients, which are unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. 30% fungus, bacteria, and little tiny bugs, like I said. Wood lice, also known as roly-poly bugs, mainly because they probably do roly-polies. Pill bugs, sow bugs, which are all known as isopods. Now that's something I didn't know. Like I say, gardening's always a school day. That looks really good for my compost bin, and I'm just going to take. Right then, I'm back at the plot with Ninja, as you can see, and I've added a few other things to the bucket. I've added horse muck and some wood chip from my own pile, which is running very low. All I'm going to do now is just stick it in that bag, give it a mix up, and stick it in the compost bin, which I'll show you in a minute. There we go. That's well and truly mixed in there, and that is just an ordinary compost bag. Give it a mix by throwing it around, and it's perfect, ready for the worms. Here we've got the compost bin. As you can see, it's rotting down really nicely. Good time to add some more. If I bring this up, you'll see there's loads of worms in them. Oh, there we go, there's one. I checked it earlier and there is thousands in here. Back in there, and I'm just going to add my mix. And this is what I've put in the bin. All spaced out and levelled out as well. So ideal for the worms and the bugs and the bacteria to break it all down. Perfect. Wow, until I have to add it again, which will be Feeding Friday. That'll keep them busy for a week or so, I reckon. Right then, all sorted, all tucked up in the compost bin for the worms and the bugs. And they'll have a field day. They really will. The benefit, I think, of making my own compost, it enriches the soil, it suppresses pests and soil diseases, it lowers my carbon footprint, and it adds organic matter into my soil, which is really good. The one thing I do find, I don't need to use chemical fertiliser, which costs an absolute fortune, and we all know about that price, don't we? Well, I need to do a few more things, but first of all I need to go back and see what little ninja wanted. Hopefully it'll be good from his secret mission. But if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up, press the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video, which hopefully, weather permitting, will be potato reveal. And I'm looking forward to that, because I've not touched them since I put them in the bags. So hopefully I'll have a good amount of potatoes. So until then, stay safe and enjoy your gardening, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Well, was that your secret mission? Oh, Ninja, you shouldn't have gone out and bought that. Because I make my own stuff. That's what the comfrey video was all about. Oh, dear, dear. You might have to take it back to the shop. Was that? You got it because it's the same colour as your outfit? Well, I can see that. Silly boy.